Hello and welcome to Sabina Park for Monday night football, and the crowd building all the time for this fixture, and it's Cavalier and Waterhouse meeting up in the battle of former champions here in the parish of St Andrew, and we are here at Up Park Camp, and or on South Camp Road I should say, just a few 100 meters from Up Park Camp. And it's now time to hear from the coaching staff of both these teams, starting with Cavalier and Rudolph Speed.
Rudolph, a tough set of fixtures for you as well. A lot of matches within a short period, basically due to your road to the final of the Caribbean Club Championship. So that must be a good feeling for you.
Yeah, it's bittersweet because we have like 6 matches in three weeks. Gonna be tough, but we just have to soldier it out.
Rotation of the squad then must be a big deal for you in terms of keeping everybody ready and prepared.
Yeah, but I don't have any squad. I only have 18 players, and that's what we have to go with through this journey. We're just waiting on the schoolboy season to finish. We have 8 there, and we wish to get them back.
All right, talk to me. You would have played on Thursday. Obviously, you came away with a big win. That was an important victory for you. How has the recovery been for that, and how prepared are you for a match here today on Monday?
Well, I mean, we know what happens whenever you play so often. Fatigue will set in, but we have tried to recover as best as we can, and we'll be prepared for Waterhouse.
I know you like to analyse fixtures as well and so on. Obviously, Waterhouse did a double over you last season. You'll be loving to correct that.
Yeah, we usually beat them when it matters most, but I think today it will be a little different. I think we're in good form, and want to play true to form, we should get a good account of ourselves.
Marcel, a slow start to the season, but you certainly made up for last time. 2 victories on the trot must be a good feeling, and amongst the goals as well.
Yes, I mean, we're getting back our groove, and I hope that tonight we can continue that rich vein.
When you look at this Cavalier team, you did a double over them last season, 2 clinical victories, and you kept 2 clean sheets as well. Do you think that form will continue today, or it's a totally different mindset?
It's a totally different game, totally different time. You know, we still try to find the correct things to do, and you know, we're getting better each game we play though.
You would have been well rested, unlike this Cavalier team. Do you think that plays into your favour, the fact that they would have played a midweek game as well?
I hope so too, but nevertheless, it's a new game, and we can't take anything for granted. At these last couple of days in training, I mean, the training was fantastic, and I guess I'm looking forward to a good game tonight.
And you must say as well, when you look at the last 2 performances, excellent first halves. The second halves, is it a case of fitness, not necessarily the same level of intensity, or is it that you're just looking to win the game from the get-go?
More likely, I mean, a victory, because at this point we still try to accumulate as much points as possible, and it's naturally for when you're up 3 of the players have to send the signal. You know, frequency kind of breakdown, but you know, nevertheless, we stick to the objective and we get our 3 points, and that way came when we did that.
As we take a look at the last few matches between these 2 teams, and 1-0 victories for Waterhouse, and well, we see other results going back and forth in terms of results for Cavalier and Waterhouse. But yeah, the latest matches would have seen 1-0 results for Waterhouse, and I guess that was the hint by Rudolph Speed in the interview when he said that he gets the better of them when it matters. Obviously, the last 2 times they would have met would have been in season. Well, we're just moments away from the teams walking out here at Sabina Park for this Monday night football, and a few spectators here in the stands. We did see a shot of attack for a Bygrave in the north stand, hoping to catch a bit of the action. There he is.
Mount Pleasant striker. Tafari Bygrave did play for a while in Vietnam. Got some national exposure as well with the Reggae Boys because of his standout season in 2021. Leading goal scorer with 13 goals on the season. hasn't been able to get into the starting lineup though for Mount Pleasant this season. Has had to satisfy with a place on the bench.
You're playing second fiddle to Acosta Chong at the moment. But tell me your thoughts on this matchup, Cavalier and Waterhouse. What are you anticipating?
A very close match. Again, just like Harbourview, I'm interested to see how Cavalier have recovered in terms of playing in that Thursday fixture. It was a win for them, but they would be flying high in terms of confidence. And so too Waterhouse. I really like how Waterhouse played, especially in the two first halves of their last two encounters. Enterprising. They looked very confident. They shared the ball left and right. And yeah, 2 big victories where they scored 6 goals in those 2 games. So yeah, I think from that perspective, it could very well be an even match. Yet Cavalier confident based on their place in the final of the Caribbean Cup, dismissing Harbourview. And so yeah, this one could be evening match. It's been a close contest last season. Yes, Waterhouse did the double, but it was 2 1-0 victories. But yeah, you did hear Rudolph Speed talk about the fact that his squad is thin. Not a lot of rotation, and yet a lot of matches within a short period. So that could play into the hands, I think, of Waterhouse, especially if they play as confident as they have in their last 2 games. DeAndre Cunningham in the stands. Didn't start last night for Arnett Gardens. Played right back in the match before. And his place was given to one Gerald Neal instead.
So both sets of players coming out. As Monday Night Football set to begin here at Sabina Park. It is the first time we'll be seeing Cavalier on live television, and they make their debut under the lights here at Sabina Park for Monday Night Football. So much stuff for these two teams. New names as well. Javane Bryan looking to make an impact once again in a Rainierview Jamaica Premier League game. And Cavalier, who have been in scintillating form in the Caribbean Club Championship, looking to transfer that form into the Jamaica Premier League. Will now pause for the playing of the national anthem. They go across to meet each other. I like this contest. I like the potential of this rivalry. O'Shea Nation, the man in the middle, Ojay Duhaney and Stephanie Dale Yi Singh will assist him. Okita Nicholson is the fourth official. Kemar Foster, the captain of Waterhouse, on the right. Kyle Ming, the Cavalier skipper, on the left. Cavalier, the home team tonight. We take a look at their starting lineup. Jadine White between the sticks. They have a back three of Giovanni Leng, Kyle Ming and Shamar Watson. In the middle of the park, Christopher Ainsworth, Dwayne Allen, Mario Smith and Cadale Irving. Up top, Chanel Thomas, Jerome McCleary, and the 20-year-old from Antigua and Barbuda, Jalmara Calvin. As we take a look at this Waterhouse unit, Kemar Foster, of course, the captain between the sticks, Nevada Blair, Keith Simpson, Elvis Wilson, and Keneal Hyde, the back four. In the middle of the park, Andre Smith, alongside Devontae Walker, behind Nicoy Christian, Donald Thomas on the left, Andre Fletcher on the right with a couple of goals beside his name, and of course the new boy who's been impressive so far, Javane Bryan, with 3 strikes. We are ready. Monday Night Football on the way at Sabina Park. The battle of former champions here. Waterhouse in the full blue kit. Cavalier, of course, in the full white. Waterhouse looking to be heavily involved in the opening few moments here. Hyde with the throw. And now Cavalier will get their turn at bat in their own defensive third. Rudolph Speed is the technical director at the Cavalier. Busy preseason for him with the Caribbean Club Championship. Cavalier doing well in that, going all the way to the final. Leng. Allen getting a foot in there. In the way on that occasion, Mario Smith. And Chanel Thomas plays it out wide to Irving. Smith again in the way. Interesting matchup between those two, maybe Ming and Javane Bryan. Marcel Gill hoping that Bryan gets the better of the Cavalier captain at the back. Giving up McCleary. That's a beautiful slot inside, and Thomas, I think he was trying to turn it across the face of goal and was robbed in the end. First big opportunity for Cavalier. Allen stings it out wide. McCleary again through the middle, and Thomas is there. The keeper is out. The flag did go up though. Offside called against Thomas.
Two very nice weighted passes from Jerome McCleary. Has to play an unusual position in the centre forward role today. And look at this, picking out his teammate well. Played generally in the midfield, McCleary. So, yeah, using his passing skills there to pick out Thomas. And even though it was offside, good vision from the number 27 as well. That one was the outside of the boot.
Here's McCleary again.
Make it 3.
Yeah, and they're making these runs, and they have a lot of space to work with. On that occasion, it was the Antiguan trying to go on the end of that pass.
Yeah, running off the back of the centre-backs for Waterhouse at this point. Maybe looking to use their speed against the physicality of Waterhouse in terms of their defence line.
You can see the pattern already so quickly.
Simpson and Wilson at the back. Simpson very experienced, but probably doesn't necessarily have the same pace as some of the youngsters anymore.
Probably.
Well, not all youngsters are fast.
That's also true. Be careful about giving compliments tonight, though. Last night it didn't work out so well.
I don't think Joel Cunningham will thank me at all.
No, not at all. I think he's avoided you at all costs. Walker trying to play that one through, and does. That's a corner kick given away. It was Irving back there. And Waterhouse with the opportunity to make an impact early in this contest. Jadine White back between the sticks for Cavalier. Part of the San Andrew Technical, of course, coaching staff in the Manning Cup. Long ball across, looking for Brian. It's nodded behind once more for another corner kick to Waterhouse. Yeah, just mentioning White being a part of the coaching staff of San Andrew Technical. Would want to brush off the disappointment of them not being able to qualify for the semis of the Manning Cup. Corner kick. Fletcher's ball inside, easily handled by Leng. Hyde goes long. No issues there for Jadine White. Wayward. So impressive to see these youngsters through the years for Cavalier, especially McCleary. Sometimes you can see their distinct changes as the seasons progress. We just saw a shot of Christopher Ainsworth, who must surely be the most capped player as an amateur in the Jamaica Premier League, a vital cog in the wheel of this Cavalier team. Christian trying to sweep that one across Devontae Walker, but it didn't quite work out in his favor. Irving sends this one inside. It's headed away. Not cleared properly. Shanil Thomas trying to make a nuisance of himself there. Comes back out to Irving. I think he was actually aiming for a shot, you know. That was blocked. And Cavalier, they do have a throw in. Looking to manufacture another opportunity here. And now a corner kick to be had. The sound of the drums adding a little bit of tension, you'd think, to the proceedings. As Cavalier, they now have the corner kick. Hans Zimmer would be proud, I think. Ainsworth to deliver. It's not a bad looking corner, but Foster, the colourful Kamar Foster, saw it all the way. Boots it long. But Waterhouse didn't really have the cavalry up top.
His kit will certainly get high marks for flair.
Giovanni Leng. Lovely ball to McCleary. Was there a clip there? Just outside the box. Yeah, maybe the initial touch.
McCleary trying to suggest that it was in the box. Nation says no. I think it's just outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, just outside. Again, McCleary and company looking to use their quick feet and speed around the more robust figure of Elvis Wilson. Not the best angle, but this could be dangerous, especially with a ball towards the back post, for example.
Leng and company already at the back post. Shamar Watson has gone across to be the one to send this inside the area.
Leng very good in the air. I'm actually surprised that the captain, Kyle Ming, hasn't thrust it forward as well. He is good in the air. In fact, scored one of the goals of the season with his head a couple of seasons ago.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, not the best decision from Watson. The new face in the back line for Cavalier with the Richard King exit, now playing his football in Iceland, himself and Dwayne Atkinson. IB Vestman, the club in the Icelandic Premier League.
You know, I don't know how Rudolph Speed does it year after year in recruiting some of the island's best youngsters and having such a small squad to work with each and every season.
But you just answered your own question. He recruits the island's best youngsters.
Like, if you see the back of Colin Anderson, the top scorer in the Premier League, you're wondering, where do they get the goals? Then they go on a scoring spree in the Caribbean Club Championship, and you're looking at the names, and they're all youngsters, filling the gap that would have been left by Anderson and Ronaldo Webster as well. There's a shot from distance, speculative effort over the top.
And although you think they have been around a long time, they're pretty young too, eh?
Yeah.
Anderson and Webster.
And they've won a championship.
Yeah. Here's Shanil Thomas, who's been around for a couple years now, few years now, with Cavalier. Still waiting for him to really stamp his class on the Jamaica Premier League. So talented, has offered much from his days at Jamaica College. Hasn't quite got it together yet at this level.
Well, he was in fine form in the club championship, Shanil Thomas,
which isn't over.
Yeah, one of the top scorers in the competition, in fact, but he's yet to open the scoring, his account rather, in the Jamaica Premier League. Cavalier now, they have to do some defending. Walker deciding to turn back. Christian on it. The pressure being applied here as Hyde trying to get that one inside the area. There are two Waterhouse players waiting on it inside the box. They managed to escape trouble. Oh, Christian does really well. Fletcher. First touch inside. Looking for Brian on the second attempt. Walker now. Thomas. Christian. White will do the mopping up. Soft jabs being traded so far, Chris Taylor, in this one. Wouldn't quite call it enterprising, the action we've seen so far.
Yeah, it won't be a first round TKO. Two matches last season, both ending 1-0.
Ainsworth sends this one across. Leng. They have numbers back, Cavalier. Cavalier with the majority of the possession so far in this one, at 55%. But to be fair, they have been patient. McCleary looking for that delicate touch inside to Allen. And here's Waterhouse. Javane Bryan with speed. Well, not quite speed. He did slow down the pace significantly, and then the momentum just gone. Ball over the top. Keeper is off his mark.
Again, Jerome McCleary is showing his speed, his pace. Nearly catching out Kemar Foster. And those passes into space are going to cause problems for this back line of Waterhouse that are not the quickest. As I said, a lot of goal scorers coming from the club championship as well. Calvin was amongst the goals. The Antiguan international. Three goals in the club championship. Also experienced playing for the under-20 unit of Antigua.
It looks a little bit dreary out there, Chris Taylor. Not a lot of conversation being had. Marcin Gill, before the start of the game, made the point that, okay, so Cavalier had a game midweek. They'd want to capitalize on that. They want to do a lot of the running, try to dictate terms. Haven't quite done so. Cavalier with the majority of the possession, with the better chances too, seem a little bit more eager to fight. And here they are with another free kick, Cavalier.
Well, you have spoken about the resilient nature of Cavalier, and especially with a depleted squad and a thin squad, they've still managed to get the job done, get the business done. So it speaks heavily of their temperament, mindset, and fight as well, which is what we're seeing here. Lots of players out, lots of players not ready yet as Rudolph Speed because of schoolboy football.
Ainsworth, back to Leng, 3 to aim for. Trying to put that in a dangerous area. Foster would have had it covered, but his defense was on a weir. Oh, Leng showing real strength. If not the skill to go with it, to beat the third defender. And now the ball over the top. Forced a little bit wider than he wanted, Javane Bryan. Walker. Christian. Blair. Showed a little bit of frustration, Chris Taylor, to the play from Waterhouse just now.
Yeah, well, I can understand the frustration for Blair as well. Blair wide in the left-hand area, no player in a blue shirt coming to support him, to give him an option. And in the end, he just looked up to his teammates like, you know, what should I have done? I guess they say you should have beat the right back and get a ball into the box. But still, there's got to be better movement from a Waterhouse perspective.
Here's an opportunity that's easily handled by Cavalier as far as Christian the clearance. Christian again. Andre Fletcher. Waterhouse had a good away win last time out against Limehole. Andre Fletcher would have scored a couple of goals then on that Sunday afternoon. Again, the ball over the top. Ming does well, and then Irving picked it up. And now Allen.
Having his confidence back, Andre Fletcher, is a big deal for Waterhouse. Had really lost his confidence after making a move to Mount Pleasant. Struggled in terms of scoring, just one goal last season, which came in a Mount Pleasant shirt. Didn't get on the score sheet when he came back to Waterhouse after having such a really good start to the season in 2021.
Well, that's some good speed right there. Lays it off to Thomas. Thomas. Oh, they've lost an opportunity there, Cavalier. Challenge came in. Referee says play on. A shot is driven straight into the arms of Foster. Thomas is just getting up.
Yeah, I thought his legs were taken from under him by Ainsworth. Not that Thomas shouldn't have let it go a bit earlier, overdoing it a bit.
Irving.
I was about to say that I thought Thomas has been way too quiet in the first 20 minutes. A lot of good things happen for Waterhouse when he's on the ball more in dangerous areas. That's a foul. That's a clear foul.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not sure how that missed O'Shane Nation, and Denada Thomas wasn't amused. But I mean, Ainsworth didn't. It wasn't even close whether he won the ball or not. Anyhow,
all's well that ends well, I suppose. Wilson trying to utilize his strength. Ainsworth slips it into space though. Thomas back to Ainsworth. Oh, that's a late challenge, was it? Throw awarded. Maybe he got a bit of the ball but always wary to slide in like that.
The first touch was average from Ainsworth.
Yeah. He didn't get the ball, I don't think.
Well, this one,
yeah.
If he did, it was just a piece of his studs that made contact there. Could have been a free kick. Need to see a better touch from Ainsworth there, though. That ball too far away from him, so then put him in a disadvantage. Put him at a disadvantage, I should say.
Leng with a long throw. Straight into the hands of Foster. This is Nevada Blair. Well, that didn't work out at all. Lovely ball to Thomas. McCleary is waiting in the middle. Irving. She doesn't look too impressed.
Based on the Waterhouse victories we've seen this season, the first half has been critical for them. 5 out of their 6 goals have come in the first half. And in fact, the 6th goal came just after the second half begun. So it's obvious that from the get-go, Waterhouse apply pressure, get the go-ahead, and maintain it. The time when that didn't happen, it was a 3-0 loss at the hands of Tivoli. I mean, it is only 3 matches. This is also the 4th match into the season, but it does, you start to see a trend. And they haven't looked as dynamic as they had at Stadium East a couple weeks ago. And even against Lime Hall. Must be said though, Cavalier well organized, especially in the back line, not giving them as much space. Nicoy Christian and Denardo Thomas not having things their way. Which I think those two are the key to the creativity of this Waterhouse team. Yes, Brian has been excellent with his finishing, but also it's what has been provided for him as well.
Christian trying to get by Mario Smith. Walker sends it out wide. Fletcher. Few options. Blair sends it inside the box, looking for Brian, you know, and having got there, he'd be a little bit disappointed. It wasn't on target.
Yeah, I don't think he expected to get there. I think the expectation was that Leng was going to clear it. And so if you look at how Brian made contact, he was almost underneath the ball. So very difficult. Look at it here. Very difficult for him to then generate any form of power. Hence the ball almost hit him. But yeah, not a bad pass put in there. But again, the Waterhouse movement, not where it needs to be. Too slow. And you almost see players getting it in the wide areas, twisting and turning, and nothing available.
I also think that Devontae Walker has to be a little bit more progressive, the number 5 for Waterhouse. I can understand the need to not make a mistake, but every time he's on the ball, he's always, most times, passing it backwards.
Yeah, or laterally. No risk, no gain.
To be fair, though, there hasn't been a whole lot of movement off the ball. There's a forward pass to Andre Fletcher. Leng backtracking. Picked up by Christian. And this is Christopher Ainsworth now. Pedestrian in going forward, but he's looking for the killer pass.
And that's the problem. Why does the pass have to be a killer pass? Why not move the ball quickly, short passes, and get the ball moving?
Both teams playing well within themselves. That's a lovely ball slip through, but Jadine White was so alert coming off his line.
One of the things as we continue to improve as a nation, though, Donald, as the Premier League and otherwise, we need to play quicker. We need to play quicker. We're too slow as a nation. That's ironic considering we're the fastest country in the world. But in terms of speed, but we need to move the football a lot quicker, get forward quicker. We play much too slowly. And you see it in the Premier League as well, which is why defense lines are able to regroup, get players behind the ball. When you have an opportunity to move forward, it needs to happen. There's more pace and purpose.
It's almost the football equivalent of a cricketer just going for sixes.
What, you mean a long pass?
Yes. Instead of moving through the lines, you still manage to pick up the runs, the short passes. Accumulate those passes to go forward more quickly.
Where I'll contest you is that a 6 is a maximum result in terms of runs. A long pass doesn't guarantee any reward, put it that way.
That's true.
But I get what you're saying in that, you know, it's a Hail Mary then.
It is a Hail Mary, more often than not.
Higher risk to hit a 6, but when you hit it, it's a maximum, you get the maximum reward. Unfortunately, these long passes have not resulted in anything.
Lovely ball slipped through to Fletcher. Looking for options, decided to go himself. And Jadine White had to stick a hand up to deny Andre Fletcher getting his 3rd goal of the season.
Don't have a big problem with that from Fletcher. Realized that the options were slim. Acute angle, so hence he went for the toe punch. Less reaction time for Jadine White within the goal because of that. You see him look up there, just didn't pick up anything. Yeah, went for it.
By the way, the 6 analogy was more looking at the mindset of getting things done quicker without the harder work. Corner kick is too long. By the way, somewhere out there in television land, Craig Butler is agreeing with every word that you're saying. He and others have been speaking about that philosophy on a national scale where we utilize the speed to move through quickly in transitions.
You have to use your assets, your talents, where you're better as a nation. Use that to your advantage. But in a modern game, for sure, pace of play, very important. Quick movement, transition, wide areas. Speed is the name of the game.
Well, it speeds men with the majority of the possession. I think he has a class afterwards.
Is he attending or teaching?
McCleary trying to make his way through. There was a slight appeal for a handled ball there. Ainsworth, delightful! Found the top corner, and Foster was beaten. And finally a light in this game. Not on the face of Marcel Gale, but with a strike from Christopher Ainsworth, who gets his 2nd of the season. And Cavalier in front over Waterhouse by a 1-0.
Appeals for a handball inside the box initially. Just wonder when Ainsworth picked it up if it was a pass to the back post that he was envisioning at first or the finish, but that's an excellent finish. Just look at how he angled his foot as well. The flight of that was magnificent and just enough pace that Foster couldn't recover. Not sure about the celebration, but he'll be happy to double his tally on the season.
I think he called that the Lorne Donaldson celebration. Or a version of it. Cavalier, they get what they deserve. Whistle on the play, free kick to Waterhouse. You think that will shake them out of their apathy? Waterhouse now behind. That's a lovely flick. Now the ball over the top. Looking for Calvin. Was he bundled over outside the area? Yes, he was. And O'Shea Nation is going into his pocket for the yellow card. Yeah, Wilson wasn't going to be knighted there. Even while on bended knee pleading his case. Pretty obvious.
Yeah. Not the best start to the game for Elvis Wilson. Actually turned over the ball that resulted in a goal for Christopher Ainsworth as well. Well, Elvis Wilson. And now committing a foul in a dangerous position.
So Mark Calvin has placed this one. Foster was a little bit frustrated with the complacency in the construction of the wall there. The four-man wall set up by Waterhouse, and Calvin looking for his second goal of the season. The 20-year-old finds the wall. Oh, talk about a gift that keeps on giving. A shot from distance, and Foster holds on. Leng approached that well. Javane Bryan on it. Christian switching the play, looking for Blair. Blair. Walker. Here's a shot from distance, and Jaden White seeing that one all the way. May have been drifting wide, but within his grasp, so he went for it. Christian afforded the space. Corner kick to Waterhouse. Here's Christian's delivery. I think it came off the shoulder of Leng. Walker. Lovely ball forward. Brian pulls it across. 1-1. It's Denada Thomas right at the back post. Waterhouse showing ambition on a rare occasion, and they get the goal, and Thomas gets his second of the season. And we're back where we started, all level.
Might have been a handball there by Walker initially, not seen from the officials. Their leading goal scorer Brian this time, playing provider. Nice pass into Thomas. And Thomas, who scored in that 1-0 victory last season, scores again today. 2 in the season. And as we said, when Thomas and Christian involved, good things happen for Waterhouse. Case in point.
Janae's in the stands.
Yes, I'm definitely in the stands down with DeAndre Cunningham. I just talked to one Premier League bowler, which was Kimoni Bailey, and you're the second one here tonight at this matchup. Why did you come to Cavalier versus Waterhouse?
Basically, I'm a fan tonight. I just came to enjoy the football, and you know, as a footballer, I always going to like football, so I'm just here to enjoy it.
A fan of who?
Football overall.
Okay. Well, you told me that you came from training. I want to know, what's the mood in the camp after the loss yesterday?
Basically, mentally, everybody's kind of down from the defeat from last night, but we are a professional. We're going to regroup again and see what's going to happen next week Sunday.
I know Arnett Gardens is a supportive community. You told me a lot of fans came out to training today. What happened?
Basically, they came to watch the training session and they spoke to a few players and get us something to have their chest and their mind. But that's just typical football. Fans is always going to cuss because they always want more. But that's just typical football and fans.
Let's talk about today's match. A while ago, you predicted what happened with Cavalier scoring first.
Yeah.
Give me your thoughts on the match so far.
So basically, Cavalier is basically playing a direct game. They were trying to penetrate Waterhouse, and Waterhouse is trying to play a position game. Seemed like the goal they scored earlier. Team goal, pass and move, and yeah, that's Waterhouse and Cavaliers, you know.
Well, it sounds like a football guru to me, Donald and Chris. Let's see what happens in the rest of the match.
No, the boy they call Pele is a football guru. DeAndre Cunningham. Love to have him inside the commentary box one of these days. Not bad at all. We're going to revisit that equalizer in short order. I think Chris Taylor may have spotted something in the build-up that could be controversial here. Maybe some of our eagle-eyed viewers would have seen it.
Just look at it here from Walker. Walker carries the ball with his hand, left hand, around his body.
Right hand,
with right hand, sorry, around his body. And you can see when he did it at first, he looked up just to see if the official had picked it up. He hesitated, no call. And well, I'm not sure if O'Shea Nation thought it was inadvertent. However, that looked very purposeful to me.
But even if it was inadvertent, it was in his advantage, right?
I wonder if he plays basketball, because that was a nice
almost like a behind-the-back
move. Yes.
pass. It was to himself, of course.
No, a dribble, yeah. Anyhow.
Waterhouse fortunate there.
That was a penultimate pass for the goal.
Well, download the SportsMax app today from the Google Play or the App Store, so you can see replays like what we just showed you as you analyze at your discretion happenings in the Jamaica Premier League. Cavalier looking to respond. Christian picks it up, looking for an outlet. Fletcher. Denardo Thomas now on it. Brian bringing in Christian. 4 players to aim for inside. Not clear properly. Big chance! Off the post and hammered in, but the flag is up for offside against Javane Bryan. The Cavalier defense is shaky.
Finally, a beautiful delivery from Nicoy Christian into the business area. That is never an easy ball to defend. Javane Bryan certainly offside. Oh, he was on the goal line. But yeah, warning signs again for Rudolph Speed and company. But a pass like that will always cause problems. In and around that penalty spot, that 6-yard area.
Well, Christian's eyes must have lit up when he saw 4 of his teammates inside the area. And you're right, he just needs to have put that in the business area. Here's Ainsworth putting it back. Big chance! Oh, the block was telling there.
Well, that was in the business area as well.
Well, what's the argument about?
They think that it's a goal kick.
That there wasn't a deflection.
Yeah, O'Shea Nation says deflection. Let's see it here. Well, that won't tell us. Was it Calvin with a strike?
I think he probably would have shocked O'Shea Nation if that wasn't a deflection. Because how did he miss from there? I don't think there was a deflection on it. Anyway, here's the corner kick and the header.
Just skewed it wide, did he? Calvin with the strike, though. And, well, whatever it wasn't on target.
Yeah, whatever it was. But the Waterhouse players were adamant that it was a proper missed kick. The game showing hints of life the last few minutes.
Yellow card for Ainsworth. 18-year-old Christopher Ainsworth. Goal scorer for Cavalier. 2 he scored last season. He's already gone 2 this season. Yeah. Tackling to the Achilles of Christian.
Sliding challenge to boot. Not a lot of time remaining here. Thomas picks it up. Blair going in and late. Well, we finally have a football game on the way here at Sabina Park. And as it started, that's how it's ended. The game and the half. 1 goal apiece at the interval between Cavalier and Waterhouse. Ainsworth had opened the scoring before Denardo Thomas had brought things level. Both getting their 2nd goals of the season. And the story of the 2nd half should be pretty interesting, I think. 1-1 at the interval. Welcome back to Sabina Park. Waterhouse against Cavalier, as we're still in the halftime interval. And Janae, she's in the stand somewhere.
I'm downstairs where the vibes is at. I'm with the DJ for the Rain FA sponsor Jamaica Premier League. I have a challenge for you. I want you to tell him to mix one dancehall, one reggae, one hip hop. Let me see if he's bad.
Right away.
Yeah. Are you want to select for me? You want to select for me?
You want me to select for you?
Yeah.
In terms of come on. What do you think?
All right. If I look in him, I look.
You say hip hop, you say
Hip hop and reggae.
and a dancer, yeah?
You can see if you're bad. Hey. I'm searching, you know. I give you 1 more minute, you know, before the time run out. Yeah! And this is where the vibes is at. There are not much fans in the stadium, but the ones that are here are enjoying it. And the vibes is right. The DJ is very focused. He's enjoying it. We are enjoying it. And stay tuned. 45 more minutes of football is here for you at Sabina Park. Stay tuned.
So 45 minutes still ahead, Cavalier and Waterhouse. And we're locked at 1 apiece here at the interval. And it wasn't the most enterprising first half, Chris Taylor. Not a whole lot of action until the last few minutes of that stanza. The hope is to have a better second half. The players to express themselves a lot more.
Yeah, I'm sure that might be the team talk as well in both camps. Quite a few half chances as well, especially to Waterhouse in the latter part of the half, not making the most of it. And I guess all the coaches we've seen today might be singing the same kind of tune, that they needed better finishing in the 18-yard box, because quite a few chances in their balls being put into that area were not clinical enough. In the first game during the halftime interview, you did remember when Janae spoke to Carvel Stewart, he said the same thing from a Harbour View perspective, that, you know, lots of balls being put into the area, but the finishing does not at its best. And it's been something that we've seen in both these games today. Yet we've still seen 6 goals.
The lights here at Sabina Park, perfect for the football. Not quite perfect for cricket. The original boundary line in darkness. The second half on the way here for Cavalier and Waterhouse in this Monday night fixture. Cavalier looking to make inroads early here. Tucked inside, and an opportunity. And Foster with a wonderful save there. Well, Cavalier came out the second half meaning business.
Is that Elvis Wilson who is down? Got involved with McCleary. McCleary again with that nice pass inside, but Chanel Thomas looking for the finish. Foster read the direction in which he was going. Just look at this from McCleary. Battles well, that's a nice pass from McCleary. The first touch from Thomas was excellent as well. Well, you'd have to say at the end of it all, that was a pretty comfortable save for Kemar Foster, a keeper of his quality. Yeah, there was a collision with McCleary. Wiry kind of player, Jerome McCleary. Has caused some problems. Thomas, as I said, looking for his first goal of the season in the Premier League. He already has one.
Wilson, though, got whacked in the face accidentally, albeit.
Getting some eye drops as well.
He was pretty shaky in that first half, wasn't he?
Did turn over the ball that led to the goal. Christopher Ainsworth with a finish. Gave away a couple of fouls just outside of his 18-yard area that could have caused more damage.
Leng trying to play the quick ball inside the area, easily handled by Waterhouse. And here they come. Fletcher. Christian was looking for Brian. Shamar Watson on it. Challenge on McCleary, who once he got the call, got up quickly. Watson. Now it's across to Giovanni Leng. Brian. Ming is back there. Ainsworth inside. Thomas looking for that extra pass there. I think he had the option to shoot. Asking a lot from Javane Bryan. Ming deciding not to take any chances there. Is Bryan instilling some fear in defenders? Irving with the booming clearance. Nicely done by Waterhouse. Comfortable with proceedings, playing out from the back. Keneal Hyde. Fletcher got into some problems there and committed the infringement. Leng headed away by the Waterhouse defense. Blair goes long, was looking for Brian, who has been pretty much starved of service for the majority of this game. Walker. Christian. I think he landed awkwardly there.
tried to play the advantage as well, did O'Shane Nation, and there was none. Hence the belated whistle. That's where the foul was. Tried to see if Christian could continue. Tried to roll the ball back in his path, Christian, and missed it. And then, well, I'm not sure what hurt him with the surface.
Blair coming in with a free kick. Shaniel Thomas with the release out wide. Looking for Calvin. Did enough there over on the far side. The Antiguan. Shamar Watson. Thomas. Wasn't sharp. Devontae Walker. Has some space to work with here, Shaniel Thomas. Should have provided a better delivery. Waterhouse with the easy clearance. Allen jumped too early there, but somehow he manages to get it. Nice ball inside at the back post. The whistle goes. Ball over the top. Leng handling that one. Real quality stuff there, Cavalier, in regaining possession. Couldn't keep that one in play. Hyde did well. Brian. Crowd frustrated a little bit. Thomas, ball inside looking for Brian. Nice turn. Shaniel Thomas. Gadiel Irving now. Too much on it. Blair. Not sure the reason was rifling that forward. hasn't really picked up in quality the second half. Fletcher inside looking for Brian. No issues there for Jadine White. Irving was thinking about switching the play, decided against it. Maybe Cavalier will be a little bit more meticulous in how they advance, or maybe not. Donata Thomas, Christian. Oh, that turned out to be a circus act. Nevada Blair. Lovely touch inside, back to Blair. Thomas. Walker.
Yeah, frustration for Simpson. And quite frankly, the football, especially from Waterhouse going forward, not attractive at all. I think both these teams suffering from a lack of vision at the moment. A lot of passes given away. There is space, as you can see here in the middle of the park, for Christian, who can hurt you.
Well, he's driving forward, almost playing the telling pass through. And Calvin. And Irving. Back to Calvin. Trying to force that one through to McCleary.
That's better though. The pace of that attack was improved.
Leng with the chip inside, looking for Allen. Thomas trying to win it and was a little bit over eager. Download the SportsMax app today from the Google Play or the App Store. To keep in touch with all the happenings of the Jamaica Premier League, the rare nephew Jamaica Premier League. Christian. Thomas. Hyde is back there. Will get his keeper involved. Blair. Lovely first touch. Drills it across. There was no one there.
Nice overlapping run by Blair on this occasion. Very left-sided. That was a good ball put across. And you know what? Jadine White got an important left hand to it. Just look at it here from the Cavalier number 31. Yeah, had it not been that hand, Brian would have had his 4th of the season.
Blair now requires some attention after that run. Some Synergy Technical High School supporters here. Ever faithful, ever sure, aren't they? And Philip Williams, who is the head coach at Synergy Technical.
Jeremy Nelson in front of him, Malines player.
Yep.
In the navy blue cap.
Philip Williams, also, of course, head coach at Portmore United, who would have recorded victory in their Portmore derby over Dunbeholden 2-0.
2 victories in 3 matches for Portmore. Jeremy Nelson and Malines would have suffered a loss at the hands of Mount Pleasant on Sunday. 3-1 they went down in that game. Nelson scored from the spot though. Jeremy Nelson
demanded it.
Yeah, and executed well.
Jaime Fraser is now on the park for Cavalier. Lang picking up the foul and earning the kick. The free kick, that is. So Fraser has come on for Catelia Irving. That's Charles Fraser. Last year, this time, his high school, Jamaica College, would have been well on their way to the Manning Cup final, a final that he himself scored in right here at Sabina Park.
Not many players can say that, scoring in a Manning Cup final.
Shanil Thomas. Watson. Fraser's ball inside. And there's an effort that's deflected, and no issues there for Foster. Wow.
Not sure that Ling did much wrong there.
As a matter of fact, he was stepped on.
I'm wondering if Ling should have that free kick. I mean, it's based on
the fall made it dramatic, let's be fair, right?
the acrobatics of Fletcher, but if Fletcher is running at 100 miles an hour, what is he going to do there? The fact is Fletcher stepped on the instep of Leng. Look at it here again. Leng wins the ball, and he stepped on. I mean, obviously Fletcher was going to flip over him.
I didn't expect it at all. Free kick to Waterhouse. High inside the area, the whistle goes. And it's a free kick to Cavalier inside their own penalty box.
I wonder if at the quick realization that probably the foul should have gone the other way, there's a whistle. There is the board going up for the substitution.
Devontae Walker is off. Surprised by that change?
No.
Ron D. Smith comes on to replace him.
Did have a big part to play in the goal for Waterhouse, did Devontae Walker. It just looked like he ran out of gas after that. Yeah, I was saying to you about that whistle. I think after referee Nation may have realized what had happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. You notice there was a bit of an interaction between himself
and Leng.
And Leng. Yeah, a little smile.
Watson playing that through, gets the return. Ball played inside. Waterhouse just booting that one into touch. Here they come, Cavalier. Waterhouse did have numbers back. Fraser working on the right hand side, earning that corner kick. Ainsworth to deliver at the near post. It's gone behind once more for, I think it's another corner. It is, yep. Ainsworth was in a rush to keep it in play. Back-to-back corners for Cavalier. That's a good delivery, and did get on the end of that one, did Jamara Calvin. Wide of the mark, though. Thomas Brian handled well by Leng on that occasion. Thomas got into problems. Fletcher playing that through. Leng does well, but it's picked up by Brian, and the offside flag going up. Rondy Smith being caught in the trap.
Running through the substitute. Good defending by Leng yet again, though. He's had a pretty solid game, Giovanni Leng. This game so far hasn't probably produced as much quality as we would have expected. Both of these teams, two-time champions. Cavalier, seven-time finalist. Sorry, Waterhouse, seven-time finalist.
Watson. Wilson coming across there. Not sure if he made contact with Fraser in clearing that one away. There's a long throw inside. Calvin is there. Time for another long throw. Didn't quite work out the give and go on that occasion.
This was the third match in the Premier League for Cavalier. A loss against Mobay United and then a victory against Harbourview so far. And based on what we're seeing here, they could have end up with the third possible outcome in terms of matches.
There's still time. 50 minutes plus time added for stoppages.
Cavalier a lot still to go in their season. Remember that they're in the final of the Caribbean Club Championship. They play against SV Robin Hood from Suriname in the final. It's a two-legged final.
Dwayne Allen picks that one up. Oh, everything just went in slow motion there. The energy is just gone out of this game. Maybe it will go into a next gear here as Waterhouse looking for a winner. Striding forward. Good work at the back. And they're lining up Waterhouse, and this one is curled wide of the post. If they can do that, why don't they do more of it?
Andre Fletcher driving through on that favoured left foot. Good challenge it was coming in initially. And then Denardo Thomas trying to bend that in, but the angle was too difficult for him.
Brian had interrupted the initial pass.
I think that was probably a good thing because Thomas would have been offside. Nice take from Blair. Wow.
Good coverage there between Ming and Leng. Christian. And now Nevada Blair. No issues there for Jadine White. Trying to place that one through. Nicoy Christian gets it back. Free kick to Waterhouse here. Donata Thomas landing heavily. Genet is in the stands. Genet.
And I'm in the stand. This is a RNFA fan spirit with some huge fans of Cavalier. If they're not at almost every match, they're at most matches. Happy birthday, Tiffany.
Thank you.
Talk to me about this match so far. I know you're enjoying it and you're kind of on the sidelines coaching.
Yeah, I am, as always. To be honest, we're both playing at the same level, so if we draw, it's fun for me. I mean, I want the 3 points for my boys, but at this point, you know, we're both playing well. So if we share the points, I'm okay with that.
I know Cavalier is in the finals for the Caribbean Kickoff. That must be a great feeling. You were also at those matches when nobody was in this stadium.
Course.
So you are a huge supporter.
Yes, I have to be, because if nobody supports them, you know, I feel like I have to be there all the time so that they know that I'm here for them. It's not just when finals, it's not quarterfinals, it's from these. I even support the under-13 and the under-15 teams as well.
Huge fan,
We're coming up. It's grassroots to greatness. These are the boys who are, you know, getting the caps and getting picked for the reggae boys and all of that. So I have to support them. They're my team.
Definitely. And this is an important parent on the team for Gadale Irving. Talk to me. Your son was playing. He came off the field. What do you say about his performance?
Well, his performance was so good, you know, and I'm so proud of him. And tomorrow is his birthday, and I didn't want him to score for his birthday. But, you know, Cavaliers team, I always support Cavaliers team, and I love Cavaliers team. Win, lose, or draw. That's my team, Cavaliers to the world.
Well, you have some die-hearted Cavalier supporters in the stands. And let's see what happens for the remaining minutes of this match. Donald and Chris, up to you.
Ten minutes to go. Leng again with a searching ball forward. Oh, that's a nice interplay. Clearance though made by Waterhouse, only as far as Ainsworth. Ainsworth tried to get into the danger area as quickly as possible. Here he is again. Mario Smith gave it up. That's a wonderful ball inside, but it's headed out. Leng pokes it forward. Ainsworth. Back to Leng. Leng does well. Looking for options, headed away. Wins the header. An even bigger clearance. And Waterhouse, they come forward now through Ron D. Smith. And the switch of play is magnificent, but it just evaded or eluded Donata Thomas.
Nice pass yet again from Nicoy Christian. I think that was disappointing from Denardo Thomas. That pass is coming from so far. He could have adjusted his position. Why is he jumping for a header in that position? There's no way, even if he got a head onto it, it would have gone goalless. He would have headed that out of bounds. So I think he realized that after. He got himself into a bad position. Maybe guilty of watching the defender instead of looking at his space.
Yeah, maybe. Good work by Ainsworth. Not the most convincing clearance. Chanel Thomas tripped over the ball there. Smith. Nice touch out wide from Ron D. Smith. Here he is again. Turns and the challenge coming in. Nothing awarded. Waterhouse still with it though.
Yeah, Ling again breaking up play.
Christian. Ball played inside. And still an opportunity for Blair. And that one was charged down as well.
Nice pass yet again from Nicoy Christian, looking for Denardo Thomas. Those two like to connect with each other.
The pot covers as well. Andre Smith turns it inside to Nicoy Christian.
Smith has been a visitor.
Well, there are a few Smiths on the park, actually. But we're talking about Andre Smith. That's gone out for a corner kick. Two more changes to be made by Cavalier. Jalmara Calvin being taken out. Orlando Russell replacing him. Dwayne Allen comes out. Ronaldo Robinson is coming on. Cavalier with the opportunity again. Ball played inside and the header over the top. But there was an infringement in the box. Just to confirm the change, or the change is Russell coming on for Calvin, Robinson on for Allen. Christian. Booth. Nevada Blair ran into traffic. Another opportunity beckons for Waterhouse now. Booth. There's urgency when Christian is on the ball, and that's pretty much it. In the middle of the park, they've lost it, Waterhouse. Ronaldo Robinson plays it back. Shanil Thomas with space here. Mario Smith wins it. Ronaldo Robinson.
Russell did score some important goals for them last season, Orlando Russell. Maybe a nice kind of player to come off the bench. Robinson brought on in the wide areas for Cavalier. Very fast player and talented left foot. Another player who promises so much, and we're waiting for him to deliver, Ronaldo Robinson.
He also knows what it's like to score in a final. It was the Champions Cup final for Kingston College. As we take a look at the SportsMax that moment of the game, and seemed like eons ago when Ainsworth, well, no, it's the equalizer. Good work by Javane Bryan, and it came across the area, and it was an easy tap in by Donato Thomas, getting his second goal of the season. That's the SportsMax that moment of the game. Nicoy Christian's delivery, punched away by Jadine White, not too far out though. He was in the perfect position for the rebound effort. Just 3 minutes of stoppages to be played.
Well, Watson with two poor clearances and gives it up to Nicoy Christian yet again.
Waterhouse pressing for that goal. Ball tucked inside. Story of the game.
Well, that was tucked out of bounds. I think at this point, this game deserves a draw, though. I don't think either team has shown the quality that would have deserved 3 points. Maybe the officials agree as well, only 3 minutes of added time. In modern football, how often do you see at the end of a game just 3 minutes?
It's a lot for this game, that's for sure. But yeah, Giovanni Leng, your player of the game?
Yeah. A couple of good players. I thought Ainsworth, especially in the first half, was good and certainly a quality finish. Nicoy Christian, especially in the second half, has been good with his spraying of the ball and his passes. Sometimes I think from a Waterhouse perspective, though, when Nicoy Christian does get forward.
Well, here they are coming forward. Ball played inside the area, And no issues there for Jadine White.
Yeah, Rondy Smith has put in a pretty good shift since coming on as a substitute, has worked hard up there. Not really any out-and-out chances, but he's been a target man and well. Jaheim Fraser not his best moment. But yeah, I would like to see a bit more aggression sometimes from Nicoy Christian when he gets closer to the area. Not when he's passing from deep like that. I just think every now and then he needs to express himself in terms of shooting.
Challenge on Chanel Thomas. Final few seconds in this game. Cavalier, can they make something out of it? Fraser. That's the end of the game. They share the spoils here. 1-1 the final score. Christopher Ainsworth had opened the scoring for Cavalier. And then close to the end of the first half, Donata Thomas equalized for Waterhouse. It's a game which just pretty much meandered along and didn't quite live up to the lights of Monday Night Football at Sabina Park. At the end of 90 minutes though, it's 1-1 between the former champions Cavalier and Waterhouse. As we take a look at the full-time highlights here, not a whole lot to write home about, to be fair. Chances were few and far between. Blair's ball inside the area, and didn't get a proper connection on that one, Javane Bryan. This was flicked through, and Fletcher forced a save from Jadine White. And here's McCleary. They're appealing for a handled ball there. Not the best clearance from Wilson, and Ainsworth placing that in the corner. Was it deliberate? You tell me, but Ainsworth thinks so. Getting by Kemar Foster in the process. And then not too long after, a little bit of fortune with that goal. There was a handled ball in the build-up, but some good work here from Javane Bryan across the face of goal, and Donata Thomas with the finish. His second goal of the campaign. That was 1-1. Ainsworth dragging that across, and the shot, the resulting effort wide of the mark. There was a deflection there. And then in the second half, Blair doing well. Jadine White with a hand on it. Javane Bryan was lurking behind, and then look at this run from Fletcher. And then in the end, Thomas placing that wide of the mark. And that was the end of the game. As we take a look at the full-time statistics here, Cavalier, they had 6 shots, 4 of which were on target. Waterhouse had 5 shots, 3 were on target. They committed 14 fouls in Waterhouse, 3 more than Cavalier. A yellow card apiece though. Cavalier with 2 more corner kicks than Waterhouse with 5. And Waterhouse having the majority of the possession in the end at 52%.
Giovanni, I know that certainly you would have wanted to leave here with 3 points, but how do you feel about your performance today?
Well, my performance it was off, but because we didn't keep the clean sheet, so I'm not really impressed. But nonetheless, we didn't lose. We get a point. It's always good to get a point.
I know for you, you certainly love when you have those clean sheets, but you're certainly getting in the tackles and driving forward as well. Some important plays inside the area. You love to overlap as well, don't you?
Yes, I do, man. It's a part of my game, you know?
And as well, some telling headers in the area as well. We even saw some skill from those wide areas when you were dribbling down on the flank. So, important part of the attack you serve for Cavalier?
Yeah, and that's how Cavaliers play, you know, overlocking centre backs. So, whenever the space is there, I exploit every time, and that's the job I get.
All right, just want to say to you, how much are you looking forward to the final of the Caribbean Cup? That comes up in just a week or so from now.
Well, we are fully focused on it, but as you know, we have like 3 or 4 more games in the Premier League, so we have to take it a step at a time, and we'll deal with the final when it comes.
Yeah, tough set of fixtures. Get some rest and all the best. Congrats on your man of the match performance.
All right, thank you, man.
Giovanni Ling there, man of the match in his centre-back role for Cavalier. Rodolphe, I see you giving Giovanni a high five, so you certainly agree that he had a good performance today?
Oh, definitely. It's a difficult fixture. I just thought it was a really good game still. The quality was really good. So, yeah, I thought he did well.
I know for you, you spoke about the fact that the squad was thin and a lot of players out of contention at the moment. But based on what you had at your disposal, how would you assess your performance as a team?
I think we did very well. We were up against a quality team, coming from a high of winning. So I would not my team too hard. I would have preferred a win, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Of course, and playing, I see this year, for example, some players in new look positions. Jerome McCleary being played in a more attacking role rather than his midfield role. So shifting squad positions, but the same personnel. How pleasing is it for you to see that your players are versatile?
Oh yeah, well, we play to assist him all the time. But actually, Jerome is not a defensive player. He's actually an attacking player. It's just because I was so stuck with talent before, that is why he had to play there. So he's really in his natural position now.
And looking forward to a tough set of fixtures. Confident in terms of your preparation?
Oh, yeah, we are prepared. It's just the fatigue we have to guard against.
All right, well, get some rest and let me not hold you too long. All the best.
Thank you.
Rodolphe Speed there, technical director at Cavalier. Of course, they're in the final of the Caribbean Cup, which comes up later this month, a 2-legged final. Damian Gordon with me, the assistant coach at Waterhouse. Damian, do you think a fair result at the end of 90 minutes?
I mean, I believe so. There are some moments that we had in the game where we could have won it, but it is football. I think we should have taken our chances, and we didn't do that tonight.
Rudolph said the quality of the play was high. I would think to myself, based on what I've seen from even Waterhouse in the 2 previous matches, that this play didn't actually match up to those performances.
I mean, it depends on the opponent. I think what we did tonight was trying to cancel each other's out, and I think that's what you saw tonight. At the first part, he tried to press us, and then after he started to sit deep, so he made some adjustment on that. Good goal from us, good team goal. I think they scored a freak of a goal. I mean, so it is football, and in terms of play, I think we were a better team tonight. But whosoever is better, it's still a draw.
Him sitting back in the second half, I thought, played into your hands as well, because it allowed more opportunity for Nicoy Christian to ping his passes. And you know, when himself and Denardo Thomas get going, that you look more dangerous.
Yeah, pass master, Nicoy Christian. But I think that chance Denardo should have finished. He didn't, but it did brought us back in the game, which was very good. I think it's a lot of things that we can work on offensively, more so in terms of how we convert our chances.
All right, we look to see better and more things from Waterhouse this season. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Let's recap match week 4 in the Jamaica Premier League. Mount Pleasant with a 3-1 win over Malines United. 1-1 between Montego Bay United and Vere United. Portmore with a 2-0 win over Dunbeholden. Treasure Beach beating Lime Hall 1-0 in the Battle of the New Boys. Tivoli 3-1 over Anna Gardens at the Anthony Smalling Sports Complex. 2-2 between Harbourview and Humberland, and 1-1 between Cavalier and Waterhouse. Mount Pleasant, they are atop the standings on 9 points. They are just 2 points ahead of Waterhouse, who have played a game more. Tivoli Gardens on 6, so too Portmore United, and Gardens and Humberland rounding out the top 6 in the Ray Neville Jamaica Premier League. So 1-1 the final score here, Cavalier and Waterhouse for this Monday night football. Of course, the Ray Neville Jamaica Premier League, after 4 weeks, still still very much hot in action, and this is where we say goodbye from Sabina Park on behalf of the hard-working production team, my producer Ramon Stewart, director Michael Edwards, and my colour analyst Christopher Taylor, and Janae Robinson was out and about in the stands. I'm Donald Oliver saying goodbye for the final time from Sabina Park.